My name is Layla, and this is not just a story, it's a piece of my heart. Before I take you through the darkest and most defining moments of my life, I want to thank you for being here. Your presence means more than you know. Please like, share, and subscribe to Anex Survive and Tell, because when you support this channel, you help give a voice to those who've been silent for too long. You help others feel seen, heard, and reminded that healing is possible, even after the unimaginable. I grew up in a quiet town on the outskirts of Casablanca, Morocco. Life was simple. My parents ran a small bakery, and I spent most of my childhood helping them knead dough and serve warm bread to locals. Everything changed when I met Kareem. We were 17, awkward, full of energy, and deeply curious about everything. Kareem was different. He didn't just see the world, he challenged it. He wanted to be a filmmaker, to travel, to capture stories. I was cautious, he was bold, but he saw something in me that no one else did, and slowly I let him in. Our love wasn't just romance, it was freedom. The kind of love that made you believe anything was possible. We made plans to leave our small town, chase dreams, and live loudly. It was a Sunday afternoon. I remember because we had just talked about going to Marrakesh for the summer. We were supposed to meet at our favorite rooftop cafe, the one with mint tea and stray cats. I was running late. I texted, "Be there in 10. Kareem replied, "Drive safe. I love you." 10 minutes later, my phone rang. It wasn't Kareem. He was hit by a drunk driver. They said he died on impact. Time froze. I dropped my phone. The world became noise and silence at once. I fell to my knees in the middle of my room and screamed until I couldn't breathe. The funeral was a blur, people whispered. I heard phrases like "too young" and "tragic," but none of them could describe the ache in my chest. I didn't eat. I didn't sleep. I barely moved. I wore his sweater until it stopped smelling like him. I replayed our last conversation like a mantra I never wanted to forget. My parents tried to reach me. Friends sent messages, but I was gone, trapped in a prison of memories. I started having panic attacks. The smell of mint reminded me of him. The sound of motorbikes made me tremble. I avoided the cafe, the streets we walked, the park where we used to lie on the grass. One night, I sat in my bathtub, fully clothed, with the water running. I just wanted to feel something. That's when my mother found me. She held me like a child and said, "You don't have to be okay today, but you have to keep choosing to stay." I didn't want to, but I promised I would try. Therapy felt useless at first. I didn't want to talk. I didn't want to remember. But slowly, my therapist helped me peel back the layers of grief. She asked me a question that shook me. If Kareem could see you now, is this what he'd want for you? The answer was no. He would want me to live, to keep dreaming, to tell stories. So I tried. I started small, writing in a journal, going outside again, sitting at a different cafe. I applied for a writing workshop. I was accepted. At first, I couldn't share my story aloud, but eventually I did, and people cried with me. Then came the animation course. I remembered how Kareem always said, "You could turn your silence into something beautiful." So I did. I began turning my pain into animation. I told stories about loss, love, and healing. And for the first time since his death, I felt connected to the world again. I moved to a small apartment in Tangier. I couldn't afford much, but I had a view of the ocean. I bought new clothes. I gave away Kareem's coat, not out of forgetting, but out of growth. I still talk to him. When I sit at my desk to draw, I whisper, "You'd be proud." People write to me now. Strangers who say, "Your story helped me," and every time, I cry. Because healing isn't linear. Some days I still break, but I also bloom. Grief doesn't go away. It transforms, it teaches, it deepens us. Thank you for watching my story. If you're struggling right now, please remember, pain is not the end of you. You still have stories to tell. You still deserve joy. Please like and subscribe to Anex Survive and Tell. More stories like mine are waiting to be shared because someone out there needs to know. They're not alone either.